Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector 75. Welcome to another Transformers redo or Redux review. As you can see for this one, I am doing Transformers Generation 1 Deluxe Autobot Roadbuster. I think this is almost probably one of my first actual Transformers reviews way back, around about 2008, somewhere around then. Anyway, that's beside the point. This is Generation 1 Roadbuster. I always wanted this as a kid. I never actually knew whether they actually released this as a toy, because the only time I saw this was during the comics of Target 2006, where we meet the Wreckers for the first time. And obviously he appears on Cybertron, but obviously he never came out over here. So I never knew they made a toy of it until a few years even later, when I saw a few pictures of him. So, but from then I always wanted it, and I got this, but he didn't have. I didn't even know he came with half the accessories he comes with. Comes with all these bits. This is one of your typical Transformers where he comes with a ton of accessories that do not do nothing in his alt mode. They nearly all used. I've actually got some of his missiles on the sprue there. Yeah, they nearly all be used in his robot mode, but just not in this mode. As you can see, he is actually a licensed toy from Bandai, because it does say, we'll zoom in on that, copyright Bandai 1984 on the bottom of this one. This was licensed from Bandai. He couldn't be sold in Japan because obviously Bandai had a major force out there with its own toys, but they did license it to be sold in America. I believe he was taken from the animated series Dorvac or something like that, I don't know. Along with Whirl as well. Anyway, but that's enough of that. He is obviously some sort of Jeep, a heavily armed Jeep. He's got this gun on the top here with his little laser sight just here. You can barely see it, but that is one of the harder bits to find, along with this poxy little aerial there. I was lucky to get this one. I think this might have cost me 50 quid complete. I did have one before this one, which wasn't complete at all, and I got 25 quid back in the day, back in about mid-90s, somewhere like that. So anyway, it's a pretty cool Jeep, if a little elongated out for some reason, but you know, it's alright, it's not too bad. Right, to transform it, because there's not much more to say about this mode, we're going to take that gun off. Now then, I can't remember for the life of me, it's been a while. I'm going to fold the little seat down and the windshield there, which doesn't have any glass in. And then we have to start disconnecting the legs. They come up from around there. I'm certain that I have to start now moving this up into position. That will free up a lot of stuff. Now where are we going to go? Come back to the legs. Start folding out the arms. They're on a slide joint, but we'll do that in a minute. This one, I believe, once it frees up, there we go. This one comes all the way around to the back, and it has two little notches, and these will fit into these two little holes just there, holding that in place, which is pretty cool. Then this folds all the way down and into place. Then we can move the arms up, same on this side, until they fall into a position. Now the legs are a little bit more, actually what I'm going to do with the legs, before we go on, we extend them, like that. As you can see, they're like that, but what we now have to do is you have to pull this one out, and then off that black, and then into the higher one, but then we can do this one at the same time. That will then fold into there, but the black one will also go into another peg, so it's double pegged in, but they can't move unfortunately now. But once they're in position, you can then finish off the feet. You can fold out the little toes and the little heel spur. And that allows him to stand. And does that come loose? Yeah, it has. But anyway, it does come loose a little bit too often, if you want my opinion. But that, oh, hang on. I just need to redo my camera. 1 second. There we go. Now we can get him in view. There he is. And so that is Roadbuster in robot mode. And he is actually pretty sturdy, and he's quite tall. I've got, as usual, my Fall of Cybertron shockwave there. As you can see, he's a lot taller than that. This had probably been a Voyager sort of sized toy back in the day, but toys back then, they had loads of different sizes. Right, now what we have to do is start attaching all his accessories. Now it does come with these wheel covers. I can't remember exactly which ones go where. Possibly that one goes somewhere else. This one might go here, over this wheel. Yeah, it does by the looks of it. There we go. So it goes this way around, like that. That just covers up the wheel. That clips into place, covers up them ones. It comes with this massive backpack. I think this is what this does. Right, there we go. This one, I was trying to figure this one out earlier. This one fits into those two large holes there, like so, filling up that gap. And then this one fits into the two holes on the back of that, and then we'll come round. Well, I always thought it did. Or you could at least hold them like this anyway, as you can see. Yeah, I don't really understand that one too much, unless they're not supposed to go over the other way, are they? No, that don't make sense. Anyway, they do something like that. Don't really make sense to me, but, you know, they're there. Yeah. Not totally sure about that one. Anyway, right, let's continue. He has also these wheel covers. I can't remember exactly which way these go around. I think this is it. Sorry about this, guys. Fold that one out for the minute. Actually, I should really do this first. Let me take this backpack off. That one will go on there, and this one will go around here, covering up the wheels on the back there. So now you cannot see the wheels. This backpack goes on like that. Right, so we've got him in that position. He's got his gun, which can go in his hand. We've got this cannon, which will slot into this up here. Once you get it in, it will go in. There we go. Giving him a shoulder cannon, and these little missiles will fit in there. Sort of. Anyway, so you've got that in there. He can hold the other gun in his hand, slightly. There we go. And then this little radar, well, this little antenna, is probably one of the harder bits to find. It goes into this little slot here. I'd have preferred it if it had been up like that, but it's not. It comes out the back there. And so then that is Roadbuster in his completed mode. And I've got to make sure he don't fall over now, because he's liable to snap that bloody aerial off. He's a heavily armed Autobot. I actually think he's really cool, if you want my opinion. He's really hard to find complete, because he's usually missing that bloody aerial and that little intensifier bit off this gun. But it's an amazing Autobot if you can find it. I actually was gutted. I saw it on eBay a long time ago. 50 quid in the box, sealed. Wish I'd bought it. I went on looking on eBay again, because I thought this time I wanted to get all the weapons and stuff. Couldn't find one anywhere, and I had to settle for just like 50 or 60 quid just for this one, with no box, with all the bits. But there we go. That's, you know, you live and learn, don't you? But still, it's a great figure. It's definitely one of those Generation 1 pieces that you should definitely try and track down if you can. It's an absolutely amazing figure. The likelihood of this being reissued, not much, because obviously it's owned by Bandai. So if Bandai were to reissue it, it'd probably be their own version of it, which may not even be in this scale. I'm not quite sure if it's been knocked off yet. I haven't got a clue. Can't really remember. It's a shame. If they had, I would have got a box. Just, this guy in the box would probably look really fucking cool. Still, right, this has been Graham, the Collector 75, with Generation 1 Roadbuster. A great toy if you can pick him up. Okay, I shall leave it there, and I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.